Selena, and I have a passion for cooking, and I love learning new cooking techniques and recipes from others. So my goal for this channel is to inspire you to be more creative in the kitchen and to challenge yourself to create something new. Now more than ever, we're finding ourselves cooking at home. And that can be a little scary if you don't have as much experience in the kitchen. But it can also be really exciting for some of you who've always loved to cook but just have been so busy and never had the time. So during these difficult times, I have been inspired to share with you some simple recipes that you can create in your own kitchen. I understand that many of us aren't leaving our homes and are only cooking with ingredients that we have. So I'll do my best to offer substitutes for any of the ingredients. But just remember that cooking is your own. Feel free to add or eliminate any of the ingredients to make it meet your taste buds. So I don't know about you, but I hate getting my clothes dirty when I'm cooking, so I always wear my apron. I think it's fun to wear. Growing up, whenever I was a kid and I would help my mom cook, anytime that I got a chance to wear an apron, I just got so excited. So even as an adult, I'm still wearing them and I love it. So today we're going to be making a little sweet but smoky grilled chicken with some roasted potatoes and an apple carrot slaw. I know that apple kind of makes it sound a little strange, but I promise it's really good and I hope you give it a try. So I went ahead and gathered all of our ingredients. I have our chicken right here, some russet potatoes, some apples. If you don't have apples, pears will work really great too. Some carrots. All I have are baby carrots, but that's okay. Some olive oil, cinnamon, salt, smoked paprika, some thyme, black pepper, onion powder, and some fig jam for the sauce. If you don't have any fig jam, barbecue sauce works just as great, or if you have a cherry jam, that'll work too. And let's get started.
So first things first, we're going to preheat the oven to 450 degrees. Next, we're going to wash our hands. While we're here, we can go ahead and wash our produce. You'll want to try to scrub off all the dirt or excess germs before we use the fruits and vegetables.
Okay, so now that all of our produce is washed, I put our apples and our carrots in this bowl here. We're going to deal with those in a second. Now we're just going to cut our potatoes into 1-inch cubes. Now that we have all of our produce cut, I'm just going to squeeze in some lemon juice in the apple and carrot bowl, just because I don't want the apple to start turning brown. I'm needing a baking pan with some parchment paper. I've already drained out our potatoes. I like to soak mine in just before I put them in the oven. It kind of takes away that starch that's already on the potatoes. In this way they can be a little more crispy. But because I was soaking them in water, they're a little more moist, so I'm just going to dry them off a little bit with a paper towel. We have them all nice, cut and dry. We're going to go ahead and add our seasonings and toss them in some olive oil. Half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of thyme. Do a drizzle of olive oil or whatever oil that you have on hand. You just give it a toss. You can change up the seasonings that you want on them. This is just me trying to keep it simple, but still pretty tasty. Alright, so now we're just going to place these in the oven for like 20 to 25 minutes. About halfway, you'll want to flip them just so that way they are evenly toasted on both sides. Okay, so while our potatoes are roasting, I went ahead and grabbed our bowl of chicken. I didn't have any chicken breasts on hand. All I have are chicken thighs. So I'm just going to clean up some of the fat from them. You can use any kind of meat or chicken that you have on hand.
For seasonings, we're going to start off by combining half a teaspoon of cinnamon and half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. Mix together and add half a teaspoon to the raw chicken. You'll also need half a teaspoon of black pepper. If you like spice, half a teaspoon of cayenne, 1 teaspoon of olive oil, and mix all together. Don't forget to add salt. Once all combined, we can go ahead and preheat the stove to medium to high heat. Add a drizzle of olive oil and begin placing your chicken.
So while our chicken is cooking, we're just going to finish up our apple carrot slaw. So for that, we're just going to need some mayo and some vinegar. For our mayo, I'm using olive oil mayo, but you can always use regular mayo, Miracle Whip, or even Greek yogurt. We're just going to use about 2 tablespoons, 4 teaspoons of vinegar. Mix it up so that way there aren't lumps. Once you have it mixed up, you can just go ahead and pour it inside your bowl. You put a little bit at a time just to see how wet you like it. I'm not too crazy about mayo, so I don't like a lot of my slaw to be super drenched. That's all mixed in. We can always add some salt and pepper. If you have any green onions, then that complements the carrot slaw really well, so you can always add that to it. If you don't have any, then that's okay. If you like onions, you can feel free to add any diced yellow or white onion.
Don't forget about your chicken. I'm sure it could use a flip. We're gonna whip up our sauce real quick, and then it should be cooked all the way through.
For our sauce, I'm using fig jam. If you have cherry jam, then that works too. Or if you don't care for the jam, you can always use barbecue sauce. It goes really well with the slaw. Kind of makes you feel like you're eating like a barbecue plate. But we're going to be using about 3 tablespoons of the fig jam. If I can open it. Okay.
Next, we'll be needing half a teaspoon of vinegar, the remaining smoked paprika and cinnamon mix, and microwave for 45 seconds. While it's warm, add 1 tablespoon of butter and mix until it's nice and smooth.
Now we have everything done. We have our roasted potatoes, our chicken, our apple carrot slaw, and our fig jam sauce. So we're just gonna go ahead and get ready to plate. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you give this recipe a try. What some of y'all's favorite recipes are that y'all are making right now, that you're not able to go to the store. Get creative with the ingredients that you have in your house, and if you need any tips or suggestions on something to make, just let me know and I'll see if I can help out. Hoping to continue making cooking videos for you guys, so stick around if you're needing a little inspiration on a new recipe to try.